Hey, Olivia. She looks up at me, and I feel the courage squeeze out of me in an instant. Yeah? She gives me an odd look, and I can feel my face burning with embarrassment. Are you okay? I'm fine. It's you I was worried about. Is there anything I could do to cheer you up? I could still feel my face burning. I barely got it all out, my words blurring together. Jesus, why is she so embarrassed? She puts her phone to the side. I don't know, can we do anything? Oh God. Yes, anything you want. Good, because cake and some Irish rum sound great right now. Let's go get some. Okay, so she doesn't want to talk. Got it. You want to hit the pub? What kind of pubs serve cake? At least none of the ones around here do, although they should. We'll pop down to Tesco or something. They'll have what I want. Is the drinking age in the UK 18? Winter is on the way, so we decide to take Olivia's car instead of walking like usual. It's a cozy old death trap. Once it heats up, whenever that may be, I slide down into the seat, hugging myself as I shiver, thankful that the hoodie still had some buzz left in it. Parking in an opportune spot near the entrance, Olivia hops out of the car and hurries inside. I follow behind after making sure she hadn't left the keys in the car or something. The store seems pretty empty today for some reason. We see very few people around as we walk down to find the baked goods. The scent of fresh bread wafts over me, leaving my mouth watering. Finding the pre-baked cakes, Olivia goes back and forth between this cake and that. Honestly, they all look too sweet for my taste. Might as well shuffle a bag of sugar down your throat. Here we go. What is it? Coconut cream. Ugh, that sounds gag me. Olivia either doesn't notice my disgust or doesn't care. Not that it matters, it's what she wants after all. We go across the store, passing fish, meat, confectionaries, until finally arriving at the wine aisle. Olivia doesn't bother sparing it a glance, walking straight to the rum. I'm almost tempted to pick up a bottle of something for myself, but then again, I have class tomorrow. Better not get too shit-faced. Olivia shoves the cake in my hands while she compares a couple of bottles of rum. One's the color of the cake in my hand, the other looks almost black. She puts back the cake-colored one and observes the darker bottle before putting it away too. The amount of focus she's putting into this task is kind of cute. She's dedicated to her boozing, clearly. Hell yeah, wife material. I don't know, what do I want? Shoot. If I wanted something sweet, what if it overpowers the taste of the cake? I want them to go together. You're gonna be sick either way. No, I won't. I've done this before, so I know what I'm doing. Oh, really? Well, I'd better not find you with your head in the toilet tomorrow. Olivia squats down to look at the bottom rows of shelves, examining a particularly pretty bottle, giggling softly. Or what, you'll drown me in it? Maybe. At least it'd be nicer than the campus toilets. True that. So when you take over the world, you'll drown your enemies in those ones, won't you? No one would dare cross me then, would they? Never ever. That'd be a fate worse than death. Finally, she settles on the bottle, cradling it in her arms. Are you not getting anything? Nah, I'll get fat if I pig out any more today. You're practically a stick. You don't need to worry about that. Ah well, so long as you don't ask to share, you won't get any. It's all mine. Olivia walks with this distinct bounce in her step as we go through the self-checkout. She's so chipper now that she's not looking at her phone. What the hell's on it anyway? Pictures? Did someone die? What could be so depressing about it? Unexpected item in the bagging area. I hate that shit. Oh my god, these stupid things. Yes, they always do this. She wouldn't be able to bounce back so easily if someone died. Scratch that. Olivia lets out a happy cheer as we cross the threshold of our door, booze in one hand and the cake in the other. Humming a happy little tune, she puts the rum on the counter and rips the box open. I know she said she'd be fine, but I seriously doubt she can keep that whole thing down. Olivia pours the rum into a shot glass before carefully picking up the cake with one hand, balancing it on her palm. She makes her way to the bed with practiced ease, leaving me wondering if she was a waitress. There aren't that many restaurants that would keep their waitresses through the night, though. Did she have another job? Was this prior work experience, or does she have really good balance? Let the binging begin. Okay. I sit beside her as she tore the cake apart, eating it in the messiest way possible. The shots of rum go down fast, causing her to shiver happily after each one. To save herself the trouble of pouring shots, she ends up drinking straight from the bottle. Her face flushed, she starts to get pretty giggly and hazy. You're a good roommate, even if you do have plans for world domination. It's not like I'd go get far if I was loud and obnoxious about my plans. True, definitely true. I relax in concern as she pulls out her phone, frowning at the screen. Hey, Miss Mastermind, yeah? When you take over the world, are you going to get revenge on people? I honestly can't think of much that would make me feel vengeful in the slightest. All the times I've been wrong on the playground were pretty stupid and petty. Not at all worth pursuing, and no one else has really pissed me off that much. This is all still a game though, isn't it? I want revenge on that kid that stole my bike when I was a kid. There's also that kid that stood me up at some stupid high school dance. That boy. Silly, pretty things. Also the teacher that failed me because she thought I was cheating, even though I wasn't. She's the worst. Why, got someone on your list, Olivia? Ooh, she's quiet for a moment before speaking up. Maybe. Not entirely sure what that meant. She shakes her head with an irritable sigh. I'm the worst. I get sad and I just take it out on someone else, make them feel the way I'm feeling. She tosses her phone aside like she's had enough with it. Yeah, I want revenge, but that would just be mean. Oh, I think the rum backfired. She's laughing. She's looking worse than she did in the first place. Well, it's not like revenge has to be vicious. It could be something annoying. Like what? Rocking your shoe. I wonder what's harmless but extremely frustrating. Like a broken water heater in the toilet that won't flush on the same day. Olivia gasped. Leah, that's awful. Did you expect anything less? Not from the mastermind. She's pretending to be shocked, but suppressing some silly giggles gives her away. I think she's distracted enough for the moment. I'm sighing in relief when she places her hand over mine, gripping it firmly. Hey, don't you need someone at your side to help you take over the world? Ooh. I do? She leans in closely and I can smell the rum on her breath. Uh-huh, so why not me? See, I have secret powers. I can be useful. Powers like what? Well, I'm really good at kissing. Oh, Jesus. That escalated. I feel my face burn as she leans in closer, cupping my cheeks. Just like this. Her lips meet mine, the cake spilling from her lap and onto the floor. It's sloppy, the taste of cake overpowering everything else, but she's sweet and soft, and no matter how off guard I am or how drunk she is, I can't bring myself to pull away. I can't say it's romantic, but it's nice. I don't have much experience, but Olivia doesn't seem to care. We continue until she manages to lose her balance, flopping onto the bed, and looking unreasonably startled by the event. Are you okay? Mm-hmm. Within a minute, she's comfortably curled up on the bed, still in her clothes, but quickly drifting off. I feel like I should help her actually get in bed properly, but at least she was on it. She's not on her back either, so it's a plus. Wait, why is her not being on her back a plus? So she won't drown or throw up? I stand up carefully, picking the cake up off the floor as much as I could and dumping the remains in the trash can. Olivia could clean the rest in the morning, provided she wasn't dead from a hangover. Sitting on my own bed, I pull up some homework that I was doing a few days on my laptop. I don't want to get behind on this crap. Getting kissed by my drunk roommate wasn't a good enough excuse to put it off. She probably won't remember in the morning anyway, so why worry about it? It was only a kiss, and a drunken one at that. Doesn't mean anything. Still, though, it was nice, enjoyable even. I wouldn't mind doing it again. I wouldn't mind being closer to her. This really wasn't just friendship anymore, was it? Not for me anyway. It's painful to think about her not remembering this. Back home, I would always slink off to my room to be alone as soon as I got back. For the first time, I was coming home to someone else's company. This definitely isn't platonic. I wake up to see Olivia sitting up in bed, her eyes glazed over with pain. She looks queasy and is probably going to throw up. Being the good roommate that I am, I pass her to the trash can. She glares at me for a moment before snatching it up and letting the contents of her stomach loose, coughing a couple times as she finishes. Told you. I don't know what happened. This isn't normal. You're telling me. Does she remember last night at all? Olivia moves to stand up, freezing when her foot touches the carpet. What is that? What's left over from the cake? Ew! She hops a few steps, wiping her foot, and hurries into the bathroom to continue heaving her guts out. I leave her to it and head into the kitchen, switching the kettle on before getting at the cleaning supplies. It's not like she's in any state to clean up right now, after all. It's a nice thing to do. Olivia peeps out of the bathroom while I'm scrubbing up the stain, having heard the bubbling water from the kettle, her face pale and miserable. Tea? Yeah, want some? Please. Olivia stayed away from the booze after that. She hadn't been indulging her sweet tooth anymore either. I mentioned it once, but she just made a face at me, telling me that cake doesn't taste good, so good coming back up. Ew. It's a quiet day for us, both of us working on homework. She walks into the kitchen. I can hear her filling up the kettle with water, switching it on. I don't pay her any mind, keeping my mind trained on the spreadsheets in front of me. I messed up somewhere and everything's off by a few $100. Or maybe it's supposed to be, and I'm supposed to explain why that is? Why I think that is? It wouldn't be the first time I've had a professor pull some dumb crap like that. It shouldn't be legal to spend hours stressing over a problem only to find that it was impossible to get right in the first time. In the first place, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was meant to be listened and thinking outside the box or whatever, but I think he just wanted to fuck with us. In the kitchen, the kettle clicks off and I heard Olivia making herself tea. She returns to her bed a moment later. I look over my calculations again before pulling up the next problem instead. Can't spend all day on one that might be intentionally wrong. You know what sucks? When your minions potentially fuck up your plants on purpose. This is what happens when I feel like complaining about petty things. Oh no, you should fire them or set them on fire. Is there a difference? I'll do both. Add insult to injury. She laughs and goes back to setting. This problem comes along reasonably, everything balancing out perfectly. Good. If the rest of these come out right and I can't find a solution to the first one, I'm going to assume it's meant to be wrong. 2 more problems done and I hear Olivia jump up from the bed, running into the kitchen. Damn it. What's wrong? I forgot about my tea. It's gone cold. Bleh. Understatement. I turned back to work, hearing her pour another cup and then return to her bed again. I noticed she returns to her bed without a cup. Why didn't you bring it with you? I don't trust myself not to spill it while it's hot. I've done that way too many times. On the floor or on you? On me. She sounds a little embarrassed, her voice getting quiet. Yeah, maybe it's best to leave it in the kitchen. We resume our business. Things still at ease. I do enjoy these pleasant little chats with Olivia, although ever since that night I can't help but feel slightly tense around her. I don't know how she feels about me. She made no hints since then, so was it really just a drunken mistake? I hear pages turning here and there before they fall into complete silence. Turning around, I see that Olivia had dozed off. I leave her like that until I hear a loud thump a few minutes later as she scrambles into the kitchen. No!